Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine and I have just arrived in Dublin this morning. It's a long weekend in the UK and I got a Friday off like extra, so I've got 4 days and I'm going to try and jam back in as much as Ireland as I possibly can. So I have hired a car. It's only got 10 miles on it. I was like, I need the full insurance because I don't need to crash this car. I am feeling really wrecked because I had a late night and a super early morning. I went to bed at about 1 AM and I got up at 3. So not much sleep. So anyways, that's okay. But that just explains if I'm a bit like out of it today. So my plan is day 1 I'm going to do Dublin and just try and jam pack as much as I can do in Dublin, and I haven't booked any accommodation, but I'm hoping then to head to Belfast this evening so I can stay there the night, so I can get up super early in the morning and then do Northern Ireland basically. I'm in the Republic of Ireland right now in Dublin, which is the capital city I believe, which is like another country like Ireland, and then I'm going to go to Northern Ireland, which is actually part of the UK tonight. Belfast is part of the UK, and my phone GPS isn't working and I didn't want to pay extra because I already paid a shit ton of money, so I didn't pay for GPS. So oh, and it's a manual and I haven't driven manual in forever. I can drive manual but it's been so long, so this is going to be fun. The first up is Trinity College is my plan that I want to go to first, so we'll see. This place. I'm not staying here in Dublin overnight, but if I was, Bloom's Hotel is where it's at. How cool is that? Drove into Dublin City. It was crazy because of my phone. This piece of shite phone. Hopefully I'm getting a new phone really soon. Thank you, Philip, my brother, for sending me his old phone. Not here yet though. Up. And just parked the car there for a few hours, and then I'm just walking. I'm going to see a few things. First up is at Temple Bar, so it's like the cool quarter, I guess, like the nightlife, like cultural area of Dublin, but I think it's quite touristy. Anyways, it's called Temple Bar, and there's actually a bar called Temple Bar, but the whole area is called like Temple Bar. They named it after a family, a guy, his name is Temple, back in the day. Anyway, there's a whole story about it. If you want to know it, Google it. It's fun. But anyway, it's a cool area. So I'm gonna go have a bite to eat, have some breakfast. The Temple Bar that everyone comes to. I'm not actually gonna have a drink because I'm driving. So Dublin's got all these really good signs everywhere telling you where all the main things are. Anyway, I was just sitting here, like I'm here. I was just thinking I need to find Trinity College and the old library. I was like, where is it? Where is it? Trinity College, old library. Literally that giant building and that giant door where everyone's walking. Genius, Jasmine. Finished up breakfast, walked around Temple Bar area a bit more, just enjoyed that area. It's very cool. I think if you had a lot of time here, you could really like hang out there for a bit and get lost down the streets and explore it. And even like between Trinity College and Temple Bar, like that area, it's just like a cool area. So many cool cafes and stuff. I was like very pleasantly surprised. My breakfast is good. They do not cook bacon here though. They're so raw. But anyways, so it costs 13 euros to see the Book of Kells. Or you can pay 14 euros and the students put on like a little guided tour for 35 minutes, and I thought I may as well pay the extra euro and get some information out of it, and it's really that bad. I can just leave. It's €1. This is the weirdest place though, because it's obviously a mixture between being a massive tourist attraction and a college where college kids go. So even just like where you would put the water, they had all these like bends, like rides and just like weird shit like this in there that like you wouldn't usually have in a tourist attraction for just like a little supermarket. It's just so weird. So I wonder if the what's it called? I wonder if the students actually live here. It's like a live on campus. I guess we'll find out in this little 35-minute tour. And it's just weird, like you'll see obvious tourists and then you see obvious college kids walking around. They're just like, ugh, it's Friday, we're at college. And then you see like tourists that are like, oh, we're on holidays. It is a weird little combo.
That is where Nobel laureate Ernest Walton would have lived. And Mary Robinson, the first female president of Ireland, would have lived on New Square.
This is the line for the Book of Kells. Just so you know, there's like a massive ass line. I didn't think of that. How cool is this library? It's the longest one-chamber library in the world, they said. And it's 2-story. They said over 200,000 books. And they said it's actually not in alphabetical order, just size. I made it to the Book of Kells, but there was a really long line, so I had to kind of rush through it when I got to go in. It's why I should talk to you about this afterwards. The reason why I'm stressed and I'm doing this is because everything ran late, which meant that my parking has gone over. I'm really worried I'm gonna get a parking fine. Let's just pray for me that I don't have a parking ticket. Alright, I made it back and no parking ticket. Yes, my day is turning around. So what I'm gonna do is try and attempt to drive to Guinness, because it says it takes 20 minutes to drive there, but because my GPS doesn't work, could take me bits. So the Book of Kells was actually way more impressive than what I was expecting. So I went in there and there was all this information on it, but I did not get to read the information because, like I said, I was rushing back to get the car. But I did hear a little bit about it in the tour. By the way, that tour was worth it for €1 extra. I feel like I got a bit of information. She had a little laugh. Yeah, I just liked it. It was only 35 minutes, so it didn't, well, 30 minutes. It didn't take very long. Just gave you a little bit of information about the university and stuff, which I kind of like maybe because I haven't been to a university, but it was all like just about the history, and I think it's a very prestigious university, so it was pretty cool. Also, if you're a scholar or a fellow, like, it's a prestigious thing to be these things, and she was talking about all like the perks of it, and then one of it was that you get a free Guinness every night of dinner. I was like, oh, so Irish, I love it. Yeah, the Book of Kells was beautiful. Like, I just was picturing like quite a boring old book, but it was stunning. It was like all the colors, and like it was in Latin, and there was pictures and detailed pictures. And she said like to make the ink, because it was such an old book, so the paper is made out of calf skin, I believe she said, and it was like thick, so like a thick leather, but like a thin leather, but thick for paper. Like the ink was made out of all these different things, but there was like the yellow was from Iran and the blue was from so far away, and the book was finished in Kells in Ireland, but it started in, it was like a monastery. The monks in Scotland, like an island of Scotland, is where it first started being created, but then the Vikings came in and like bombarded, so they left and came to Ireland, and then they finished it in Kells. And I went into the long room, which, oh my god, it was this beautiful long library. I don't think my photos and videos are going to do it justice, but I think to be in there with nobody else, like, I'd love to come in like at 9 AM or whatever time it opens. I would actually recommend coming there at like 9 AM. If you're coming, go be the first person to go into that room. To just see that without everyone in there would be amazing. I would do that in the morning, and then in the afternoon, one afternoon is when you would go to like the temple bar area, because I think that would be, I think I did them the wrong way around. Just a small little 2 bits if you decide to come. Anyway, let's go see if I can attempt to get there without a GPS that works. Alright, made it to the Guinness storehouse. How sick's that building? Where we need to be at.
You're just going to follow me down into the next room. Guinness and get that Guinness moustache. That's world famous there at this stage. So whenever you're ready, I'd like you to lift up your little glass. Let's launch it to you all. Take a nice deep breath in and take a nice generous amount of the Guinness.
gosh, like, I'm so surprised how much I liked that. For one, never have been a big Guinness drinker. I'm gonna be super honest, I'd never drank an entire Guinness. I'd only ever tasted people's Guinness, and I'd never like loved it. I really liked the Guinness Storehouse. I'm so surprised. The entire thing, it was like a production. I was just so impressed with all of it. It was interesting, it was informative, it was like really aesthetically pleasing. I just loved everything. The advertisement part was really cool. The taste testing, they give you a baby pint to taste, and then they give you an entire pint just with your ticket. So I was super impressed with the entire thing. Now I am going to drive to Belfast, then I'm going to check into my hostel and then sleep. Made it to the hostel, checked in, all good. I'm not going to see much of Belfast unfortunately, but I've seen a bit of Dublin. I thought I actually fit a fair bit in my short time I was there, and I'm going to see a fair bit more of Galway. So, but I'm in Ireland more to see the countryside than the cities. 8:45 and it's still sunlight. How amazing is that? So I'm going to go have something to eat, then go back to the hostel and get like an early bed, get an early night, go to bed. Obviously I need it because tomorrow is going to be epic. I've got so many exciting things. See you tomorrow morning, and we will be going to the Giant's Causeway and so many more things in Northern Ireland, so very exciting. Guess which one our car is?
The red one, or the Jazz.
The one that has my fucking name on it.
I was gonna say it would be fun if it was the Jazz.
Good morning, we are heading, Kira is here, look, I'll show you. Hi! Little fuckers arrived. So now we are going to leave the hostel and we are heading up to, I want to have breakfast, and then we're going to head up to Giant's Causeway and a bunch of little hidden gems along the road. So Game of Thrones fans, be prepared. Yeah, so super keen, and then we'll just see where the day goes. But so today is all about Northern Ireland. Alright, let's go.
Everyone say hi to Jazz.
Hi Jazz.
Until we get a little snack for the road.
Co-pilot, you have to deal with it. We just picked up a few little goodies. We went a little bit crazy because, you know, adults on a road trip, it's like a freaking kid in a candy shop. Guys, look where we are. So the reason this was actually here was 200 years ago a family they had a mansion at the end, and they wanted like a beautiful looking scenery. When people like drove up to their house, they planted all these beech trees, and now 200 years later this is what they look like. Isn't this cool? We are just leaving now. Been here for a good little while. Have just been soaking in this area. It is actually so freaking cool. It is worth coming out here. It's not that far out of your drive, and it's so cool. It's 10 now. We arrived just after 9, and when we arrived there was no one here, but as we were arriving there were like 2 or 3 cars coming, and there's just been more and more cars arriving. So I think the earlier the better, and I heard in the afternoon is when all the tour buses come. So come in the morning and then you can get shots without people in your photos, and it's always nicer to see something without a crowd around.
In Game of Thrones.
Guys, we found the original White Walker.
Maybe I can marry Johnson.
Yep, sorry. As soon as we came over a hill, we came to look at this coastline. And then look. Oh, oh, you're so cute. Look at these ones just. Oh, this one is crazy. I don't know where to go now. We have just driven from the Dark Hedges about 20 minutes, and we are at the Carrick-a-Reid rope bridge. We're not there just yet. We're at the car park, and we're gonna walk up, go in there, check it out. But look at this. This is the first of the west coast we've got to see. Well, I didn't really see the coast on the East Coast either, but it's amazing. I'm so excited for the next few days. Guys, I'm shit scared of things, and look, follow the footsteps of the salmon fishermen. Feel the sway of the rope bridge suspended almost 100 feet above the crystal blue green, and it's cold, so it's gonna be at heights, and I don't like a sway at all. Guys, look at the bridge that they used to put up for the fishermen. It better be a bit safer than that, because I will shit myself. Alright guys, that doesn't look too bad. Guys, we're on the bridge. Oh motherfucker. Oh, I am shitting myself. I refuse to look down. You can look down, but I'm not looking down. Back in the day, they would not have had stairs down here. They would have probably scaled that rock and then just swung a bridge across there. The Carrick-a-Reed Bridge. The reason why there's a little random bridge across to another island was, I think it's like 350 years ago, the salmon fishermen throw a rope bridge across and come across to here because the salmon were migrating down, and they would, I guess, catch the salmon. So yeah, and then I guess that went on for years and years, and now it's more just a come across and do it. I wonder, like they did it, we just seen a picture that they swung the bridge across in May, which is May now, but in summer they did the fishing, so I wonder if the salmon are still migrating down here and why they don't fish here anymore. I'm sure it's not just because tourists come here, I'm sure there's more of a reason. We asked the lady at the bottom of the bridge how they made the bridge. So she said they pegged a bit of rope down here, threw it across, and then someone would have came over here, climbed up here, on a boat obviously, climbed up here and then pegged the rope across here, and then they did like one slat at a time, and that's how they built it, with just one piece of rope across to hold on to. And 2002 is when they stopped fishing, and here is where they would fish in the water down around and stuff, I guess, and then they would come up here. That's how and then walk across with a big bucket of salmon. What a job. Guys, we fluked the fuck out of it. Look at all these people. We just walked straight through. So good, I love it. These little blue things in the UK, they're on all the buildings that have got anything like historically important. This one says potato breeder lived here. Is that not the most Irish thing you've ever seen? So we left the Carrick-a-Reed Bridge and headed to the Giant's Causeway, which was only like a 20-minute drive along a beautiful coastal road. There's like an option of going inland and the coastal road. Of course, take the coastal road. It was beautiful. And now we have arrived. We've walked down the hill to the Giant's Causeway, and now we are just about to go there. It's just over here. The Giant's Causeway is, I will show you when we get there so you can actually see it, but it's like hexagon little steps basically everywhere. Legend is that a giant, Finn McColl, carved these steps so that he could get to Scotland to fight, well, he wanted to fight a giant from Scotland. So he built this to get there. There was a camel up there, Humphrey, and he would take Finn home for his dinner. And then supposedly if Finn is home, the giant, these here, the chimneys, will smoke. So he's not home today yet, so we'll have to see. Guys, we made it onto the Giant's Causeway. I'll show you it. This is just all natural. little gold we just come across. Seafood chowder, salmon in there, because after the salmon bridge today, I felt like that was appropriate. Gold. And look at that.
Yum.
Beef? Ragu?
Beef ragu.
Yum. We are keen, and I am going to try some of that because that looks delicious. After lunch, we jumped in the car and drove for about 2.5, 3 hours, and we have made it to Slieve League. The Irish term for it is different, but we all know that I can't pronounce anything, so I'm gonna stick to the English Slieve League. And it's basically like the cliffs of Moa. See, I can't pronounce anything, but even bigger and more ginormous. So we've just gotten here. There's a car park at the bottom and there's a car park at the top. We didn't realize there was a car park at the top, so we've parked at the bottom. They said it's about 10-20 minute walk to the top, but I actually have to admit the walk is so far beautiful. It's very relaxing and tranquil, and look at this, we've still got blue skies, and it's, what time is it, like 7? Well, the top, when I say the top, there is like, you can keep walking for hours and walk all the way across there. It's about 8 o'clock at night, nearly probably, so we're not going to do that. The biggest normal lookout, and look at this. It has to be the best thing I've ever done. The best scenery I've ever seen in my life.
It's really beautiful.
And that was just like the grandness, and you can't see it on here, but it's huge. It's so big and you can see for so far. It was just beautiful. This time of night is stunning, and there was like maybe seen 50 people all up over the entire hour.
Oh, yeah.
And that's nothing. It felt so peaceful, and yeah, I just think, and as much as we kind of wish we had the car now driving back, it was so nice to walk up. Like, just, yeah, I don't know, I really liked it, and it was free. Like, this was my favorite thing I've done in Ireland so far, one of my favorite things I've done ever, and it was completely free. So
you have to come and see it too, because the camera can't show you how
you
beautiful
just can't
it is.
see, like, it just looks like, I know in the camera it just looks like a beautiful scene, but it's the size of everything. Like, it's insane how big everything is. A lady did just tell us about a country music festival that's 10 minutes down the road with some little pubs and that, and she said if you're here I would go, but we do have to go back to the hotel, which is still an hour-and-a-half drive, so we'll see. Next time we're filming, we'll either be in a pub listening to country music or probably at our hotel. So you guys know what we decided to do. If you go to Slieve League, there's this little pub at a town, Kilcar, okay, there's this little town, and there's a pub called John Joe. It's been owned for 90 years by the same family this year, and so we're gonna come back in 10 years and go to the 100th party, but it was so much fun. The locals were so friendly, and I'm just in love. I'm obsessed. I wish we could stay the night. I did look at trying to, oh, the band's arriving. No. Just as we're leaving, the off-the-cuff band. Oh, trying to cancel our hotel, but the hotel itself costs 44 euros. To cancel costs 50. So it just seems a bit stupid. And there's a country music night going on. Like, do I just stuff it and spend the 50 euros? By the way, 50 euros converted to Australian is like $100. So it's like, oh. And then we actually don't have any accommodation here. Yeah. And if you've noticed,
we'd be like sleeping in the car or something.
We would pay $100 basically to cancel the room to sleep in a town that does have no accommodation. I can drive back to Sligo. It's about 9:30 at night. It's about an hour and a half drive back. And then we're gonna head to bed. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I've absolutely loved Slieve League. It has been my favorite of the day. Giant Causeway was great. Carrick-a-Reed Bridge was amazing, but Slieve League and this little town definitely tops it for me today. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, like I said, and I hope that you get to come here one day, because this has been incredible and top of my list. And also coming to this little town and having a drink with the locals just made it all so much better. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too, watching it, and you had 1% as much fun watching this as I had filming it. All right, good night, bye.